Hey guys, Justin Conroy here, and welcome to another video. Thanks for being here. So a few weeks ago, I released a video about making simple budgets, and in that budget we had a character named Karen, and she had a nasty Starbucks habit. And it gave me the idea, why not create a video series on how much things actually cost? So this video is the first one in that series, and in this video, I want to talk about how much Starbucks actually costs. So since this is the first video in this series, do me a favor and let me know what you think. Let me know what you think of the format. If you like what you see, give me a thumbs up down below as we get into this, and I would appreciate that. So let's go ahead and jump right in. In my simple budget video, I made an assumption that Starbucks drinks were about $5, and then we, made some assumptions about Karen and what she was going to do and how much that was going to cost per month. But I wanted to expand on that a little bit and show you what I found after doing some research. So as it turns out, a Grande Pumpkin Spice Latte in Texas, where we have an 8.25% sales tax, comes out to $5.36 per drink. And I'm going to pick on that drink in this video because that drink actually is the most popular Starbucks beverage of any other drink on their menu. So we'll pick on that one and run some numbers there. So $5.36 per drink. Let's assume for the basis of our calculations that we go and buy one of those drinks 5 days out of the week. That's on our way to work every day, and see where that math leads us. So $5.36 times 5 gives us about $27 a week. Multiply that by 52 weeks in a year, and we get about $1,400 per year. Divide that number by 12, and we get about $116 per month. So, with all those numbers up there, let's talk about the real cost of Starbucks. Now let's put some perspective on those numbers. First of all, first perspective, $1,400 per year. That is a tremendous amount of money. $1,400 a year. Let me say that again. $1,400 a year. Incredible amount of money. Second perspective, $116 per month. What else costs you $116 per month? That should be right around a cell phone bill. That should be right around, depending on the size of your house, an electricity bill. That could actually be right around the price of high-speed internet. Really good high-speed internet, but nonetheless. $116 a month. This is a lot of money to be spending every single month on coffee. So, third perspective I want to give you is let's compare that number to our dollar per hour, our wage, our salary, whatever it is for you, and see where that lands. So, what we're going to do is take that $1,400 for the Starbucks, and we're going to divide that by 2,080, which is the number of work hours per year. And we get that number 2,080 by multiplying 52 weeks in a year times 40 hours per week that we work, okay? So 40 times 52 gets 2080. We're going to divide 1,400 divided by 2080. And that's going to give us a wage cost, an hourly rate of Starbucks, if you will, that is 67 cents per hour. So now what I need you to do is take your hourly rate, whatever that happens to be, and divide 0.67 by that number. So let's do that for a couple of normal hourly rates and see what that looks like. First one there on the left is the Texas minimum wage, $7.25 an hour. If we are spending 67 cents per hour on Starbucks and our wage is only $7.25 an hour, that is more than 9% of our salary. Think about that for a second. If you're making minimum wage and you're going to Starbucks every single day, you're spending more than 9% of your income, your gross income, on coffee. That is tremendous. Let's compare that to a few other numbers. If you're making $10 an hour and you're spending 67 cents per hour on coffee, you're spending more than 6% of your income on coffee. At $15 an hour, it's more than 4%. And even at $20 an hour, it's more than 3% of your salary. So the perspective here is simply this. in my day job, I'm a manager, and part of my responsibilities is to help, career development and salary planning and giving people raises and all that kind of good stuff. And, in my world, a 2 or 3% raise each year is common. That's average. That's kind of, let's call that expected, right? So people consider that a good raise. 2 to 3% it's an adequate raise. It's not the best raise, but it's adequate. If you're making $20 an hour and you are spending more than 3% of your salary on coffee, why not give yourself a raise? You could give yourself a 3% raise right now by doing nothing more than not going to Starbucks every day, and maybe take advantage of some cheaper coffee alternative options somewhere else. So the fourth perspective I want to give is simply that of compound interest. So let's say, for example, instead of spending $116 a month on coffee, you were to abstain from the coffee, maybe find a cheaper alternative, and spend that $116 per month on an investment fund. And let's say you invest that and match the standard S&P 500 market rate, 7.5% growth per year. That's pretty standard. And you were to let that money grow, and you were to do that for 30 years. At the end of 30 years, you would have more than $155,000 in the bank. And that is good money that you could be putting towards your retirement, for example. I'll have a future video on retirement and how much you should be putting in and compound interest and all that good stuff. But that is something to definitely think about, when you are drinking that coffee. Fifth perspective. Very quickly before I do that, I just want to say thank you for watching the video. If you like what you saw, give me a thumbs up below and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. So we all like coffee. I love coffee. Actually, I hate the taste, which is why Starbucks is so great, because they make it not taste like coffee. But nonetheless, it's delicious. For some people, it's what makes them feel good. So don't let me tell you anything different. I mean, if you like what you're doing, if you're happy about what you're doing, more power to you. Go buy that coffee. But I do want to give you this perspective. $1,400 per year is quite a lot of money. And it doesn't sound like it when you say it in terms of $1,400 per year. But let me put it to you like this. This is $1,400. This is $1,400 right here in my hands. This is a lot of money. It feels like a lot of money. That's a thick stack of cash. So $1,400, $536 a day. If someone walked up to you on the street and handed you $1,400, would you go out and buy coffee with it?